I'm John McCase, first team coach Mark Hams after this afternoon's 3-1 win at Horsham. Mark, is that the result that the performances from the last two games have been building towards?
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's actually, if you're talking about the last three games, I think it's probably the worst we've played, but that's not having a crack at the boys. It was just always going to be. We made it clear that today was never going to be pretty, and no disrespect to anybody because we're very fortunate to play on the facilities that we do, but I did the warm-up with them out there and it's not nice, it's bobbly as you like and it gives way very easy, and there's ruts and bits and you could see from the first half really, we never set out with a let them have the ball mentality. But we did say that if they're going to pass the ball to death in areas that aren't going to affect us, then let them do it. And you could see, because they're a team that do like to play football, and they proved that on our pitch. Every so often the ball would come off a shin or off an ankle bone where you just couldn't read the roll of the ball. So it was never going to be pretty. I think it's out of the three games, it's probably the worst in terms of pleasing on the eye. But it's ironically, it's the one that's got us the win, so we'll take that.
How important was Sam Clayton's finish? How good a finish was it? We were under the cosh at the time, weren't we?
Yeah, it was. It was a good finish, and it was an important time as well. Martin said he could see us scoring another goal. I wasn't so sure, to be honest with you. But what we did in the end was we stuck another man up front because we just felt that although we felt that we defended quite well over the course of the 90 minutes, the ball was coming back quite a lot, particularly from full-back areas. And when they went to a back four, if you're asking Bobby Traynor to work a back four on his own, it's nigh on impossible for us. It is impossible for him. So that's why we got another couple of lads on up front and injected pace and lads that can score goals and who also ain't scared to put their foot in.
If we went in at half-time 1-0 up, courtesy of Bobby Traynor penalty, it looked as though the foul occurred outside the box. Indeed, the linesman didn't signal for a penalty and he was right there. What was your take on that?
I thought it looked like it was outside the box, to be honest with you, but I mean, the referee's made a decision. I looked at the linesman straight away to see if his flag would go across his chest, and as soon as he indicated a foul or whatever he did, I just sort of half-guessed it wasn't. And I was surprised when the ref went over to ask him. I just thought he would go back and give a free kick, so the ref was obviously sure in his own mind, but I didn't think it was.
There you go, then.
Yeah, bothered.
Bobby Traynor up front again on his own today. That system seems to be working now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just had a chat with Bob in there. He's disappointed with himself for not getting, I was going to say not getting goals. He scored a penalty today, but from open play he's disappointed with himself. But it's one of those roles where you're not going to be, it's the way the game's going, isn't it, where teams are sort of trying to outnumber each other across midfield, etc. And it's more a case of we're taking that shape to get ourselves into games, rather than finish that way. You notice we changed the shape at Bury as well, if you could be bothered to go to the game. Yeah, it's one of those, get yourself in the game, let's sort of not get beat up through the midfield by being outnumbered, let's have a good back line of four, and then take it from there, and hopefully bringing the extra man on later in the game, or the extra front man in the game, allowed Sam to get his goal. I'd like to think so.
Were you surprised at Horsham's reaction? Having gone 2-0 down, they're bottom of the league, they've not won here all season. It would have been very easy for them to just fold, but they came right back at us, didn't they? Yeah,
well, it's funny because I spoke to Craig Edwards about them when they came here on Tuesday and beat them, and he said, honestly, Amsey, it was one of those where Horsham weren't that bad, and Billericay weren't that good. It was just a case of that everything hit Billericay on the night they said went in. So I certainly didn't come in here. I wouldn't allow anybody to come here today with a sort of big time attitude. Well, yeah, they're bottom of the league. They've been duffed up 5-0. We'll walk all over them because that's a very dangerous game to play. But so no, I wasn't surprised at the way they come out because Craig had warned me that there'd be a good side and good in wide areas, which they were. Having said that, I thought our two fullbacks played well today. I really did.
Do you think they'll be down there at the bottom of the season? Coming in the season,
my initial guess at the way they played against us at our place is no, and after what Craig told me and what I've seen today, no, I'd say no, they wouldn't be in the bottom four.
There's a real warmth today amongst the ground, amongst the fans, amongst the players towards the manager. It seems to be even more so in his absence. How much are you looking forward to welcoming him back into the fold?
Very much so. I've said right from the start that I don't want him back in a month or a fortnight. I want him back as quick as, and I want it to be tomorrow. If it can't be, then we've just got to do what's right for him, because you know what this game's like. It can seriously affect your health, and before you know it, you're feeling really under the weather. So yeah, I mean, young Brad's got the t-shirt on today, and I hope there was plenty of photos for that for the manager to see. Get well soon, Gaffer. And I noticed that the supporters, you boys did a banner for him as well, which is great, and I hope there's good photos of that to go on the website, because it's important that he knows, which he will do anyway. It's important that he knows no one's forgotten about him, and he's still the manager of this club.
Looking ahead to the game on Tuesday, Saraceni Cup, is that a realistic trophy that we can go and win, do you think? Is that how seriously are you treating it as a management team? Is it a run out for the fringe players, or is it a first team squad you're sending down? No,
we'll be taking, everybody's reporting, they've just said in there, everybody reports there on Tuesday. Myself and Martin will sleep on and chew on who's going to play and who won't, and who it will benefit and who we've got to have a look at. Although, if you say you're going to use it as a game to look at people, that's probably disrespecting the competition, because, yeah, to answer your question, it is a competition we can have a go at winning. But at this present time, 15 minutes after that game's just finished, I'm really not sure at the moment.
Sure.
Why, you're not going to go if it's a weak team then?
Yeah, you tell me and I'll make up my mind.
Cheers, mate. Nice one, Simon. Thanks, mate.
Cheers.